6 ways to increase your Canadian resume success rate. That's what you're going to be talking about in today's video. So you want to stay up to the very end of this video so that you can learn more. So even with a valid status in Canada, with the right work experience, with the best education credentials, some people still struggle to find jobs in Canada or even to just get an interview. And that's why it's important for you to watch out for these ways and factors that you can increase the success rate of your Canadian resume when you're looking for a job in Canada, whether from outside Canada or if you are already in Canada. So the number one is the format. It is very important that you make sure that your resume is in the Canadian CV format or the Canadian resume format. And right here on the channel, we have 3 videos that show you exactly how to format your resume into Canadian format. So you want to check. There's a link in the description box at the bottom of this video where I share both formats. And basically what you don't want to have in your CV is don't include your picture, avoid having too much color, avoid having so many graphics on it. Just keep it simple and straight to the point, that it covers what your experience is, what your background is, and what your achievements have been in past jobs. Number 2 way to increase your Canada resume success rate is to make it ATS friendly. So ATS basically is a software. It stands for Application Tracking System. It is a software that most recruiters run your CV through to make sure that it meets the requirements. And basically this is like the elementary way they sift the CVs so that they don't have to go through 1 million CVs for every job application. So they pass them through this software just to make sure that it meets the basic parameters they have put in the software. So make sure that your CV has the job related keywords. Look at the job description and make sure that whatever the job is asking for, you have it in your resume as well as your cover letter as well. And then also make sure that the responsibilities that this job entails are also covered in your resume, and make sure that the order in which they're listed in the job description is the order in which you also list them in your CV. We are talking about appearance, how your entire CV appears. I would advise you to save your CV in Microsoft Word, because this helps when it is run through the robots, and the softwares can be able to find it, and you do not miss out on a CV, on a job interview, just because the robots and the ATS software couldn't read the keywords in your CV. Number 3 way to increase the success rate of your Canada resume is to quantify your achievements. What have you done in your past job? Did you increase sales? Did you reduce costs? Did you get some grants for your organization? Whatever it is that you done, you did, make sure that you quantify it in numbers, in percentages, in time, and the like. And make sure that even as you are looking at your achievements, your job duties are not necessarily your achievement. Yeah, so you may have been a project manager, but in your project management role, you are also in charge of writing grants, and you wrote a grant and the organization received funding. Make sure you put that in your CV. Don't just go by the job description you are given. Yeah. And then, as I've already mentioned, don't just focus on your job duties, but focus more on your achievements, and make sure that you can quantify them in numbers, in time, percentages, whatever way you want. Number 4 way to increase the success rate of your Canada resume is to tailor your resume to fit the job description for each job that you are applying for. It doesn't matter if you are applying for accounting jobs. Make sure for every job you are applying for, you tailor your resume to match that. Take note of keywords. What words are being used in this particular job description? Make sure you have the same in your CV as well as in your cover letter. Make sure that you tweak it to match what the job description is without necessarily lying. It is very possible for one person to have like 20 different resumes for different jobs. So I'll give you an example. My background is in accounting. I'm actually a certified public accountant, but I also have a master's in international development. I have worked in both the private sector. I have worked for religious organizations. I have worked in customer service. I have worked in project management. I have worked in a whole lot of things over my 20+ career. But let's say if I am applying for a receptionist job in Jersey Island, for example, I'm not gonna include all these other non-necessary stuff in my CV, but I will focus maybe on the customer service experience I had, or I will also focus on the, maybe the budgeting that I have. I will focus on my typing skills. I will focus on my Airbnb experience, for example. So make sure that you only focus on what is in the job description and what is expected of you, and tailor your CV to match that. Number 5 way to increase the success rate of your Canada resume is to proofread. Make sure you proofread your resume over and over and over. Do your resume, sleep over it, come back after 2 to 3 days and make sure that there are no spelling errors, no grammatical errors. And I cannot stress this. I have seen so many of you, even in this comment, you're gonna come here and start writing my name in small letters. For example, do not write anybody's name or your name in small letters. Like the first letter must be in capital letters. Those are basic grammar they teach in grade 1. At least I know in Kenya. I don't know about your country. But watch out for use of words like there and there, THER, THIR, and THERE. Such words that people confuse. Make sure that you go through your CV and make sure that there are no errors. Remember, especially if you are applying from outside of Canada, make sure that you give a good first impression. Remember, these people, some of them think that we don't speak, for example, English, we don't speak French outside of Canada. So if you're gonna send in a CV or a cover letter with errors, then you're just fulfilling these stereotypical things that people have about you. And then last but not least, way to increase the success rate of your resume is patience. Guys, you have to learn to be patient. I cannot tell you the number of job applications that any one person goes through before they actually land that job. And you can even watch other YouTubers who talk about getting jobs in Canada. It took, some of them applied 200 jobs, some 300 jobs, some 1,000 before they actually got this particular one. And I keep saying right here on my channel, if you are not patient and you are lazy and you are poor, Canada is not the place for you, because Canada is such a do-it-yourself country, and there's a lot of information that is required, to the extent that if you cannot do your own research, if you do not have the patience, for example, to tailor your CV to all these different formats, to go through different job descriptions, to go through different organizations' websites and make sure that you know exactly what they do and how your role is going to add value to the organization, then it's going to be impossible for you to go through all these various job descriptions, company websites, and tailor a CV or a cover letter that matches a specific role, a specific organization. If you are too lazy, you're not patient, then you better have the money, because with the money you can hire a CV writer, you can hire a company to help with your CV, you can pay for online resume building services and stuff like that. So I would encourage you guys, be patient. Even I know like in Kenya right now, it's not easy to get a job as a Kenyan in Kenya. How much harder is it to get a job in Canada as a Kenyan, for example, to get a job in Canada as a Ghanaian, or from South Africa, or from Nigeria, or from Kenya, wherever? Guys, you need to be patient. Well, guys, that's it for today in terms of the 6 different ways you can increase the success rate of your resume. As usual, if you found this video helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave a sweet comment below, and share it within your circles. Thank you for staying to the end. I will see you on the next one. Bye.